Hey y'all. Ooh, excuse me. Hey y'all, what's up? How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Yeah. What's tea? Happy Saggy season. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on your way in, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be part 2 for the Cassie Diddy Synastry reading. I'm gonna actually keep this up. So we might have to edit it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and edit this portion out, like, and make it a separate upload on its own. That I mean? But yeah. And then from there we can get into, any other astrological tea y'all want to piece together on today. Okay. Once again, be sure to thumbs up this video. You know, we gonna get the 10K in 2024. Like, my channel has been, and some of it is my fault, but like we getting this channel together. Okay, we reaching 10K 2024. That's all you need to know, baby. So sharing is caring. Do your part. Help me to help you. Okay? Thumbs up this video. Let's get it popping. You need, and actually, should I do a B-Day live stream on the 28th? On Tuesday. That's this upcoming Tuesday. Y'all want to do it? I typically do my solar return live streams every year. We can make it happen if y'all want to make it happen this year. Oh, you caught it live. Yeah. Hey, Brett. Hey, Rare Boom. Hey, all y'all. B-Day live stream for sure. Okay, bet. So I'll get to y'all on that. All right. We can make it work. I don't know why y'all, but I've been so lit this sad season. I just been feeling like I just been real lit. I had a birthday dinner last night and it was fun. I had, you know what I'm saying, my peoples with me, and we was eating at these ridiculously priced Atlanta restaurants per usual. But I had a good time. I've been really enjoying myself. Whew. Bronx. Oh, the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx. BX, like, fuck is you talking about? Like, fuck is you talking about? Like, are you dumb? Like, that ass. Like, did I do it right? Y'all know Sagittarius, deal with internationalism. I got Mercury in Sagittarius, so I'm always trying to, like, perfect my accents and, like, different impressions and dialects and stuff. I feel like I can mimic any accent. Another Sagittarius who has this real heavy is like Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? Because she'll get in her New York bag, but then she talk like she from London, and then she'll do the Jamaican or Trini thing, and then, Nicki, she's another one. But yeah. Asian Doll does it too. She's another sad. She does that too. Cause I know Asian Doll. If y'all know the rapper, she's a one of the little rap girlies that came out like in 2017, 16, whatever. And she's from Dallas, and Dallas and Texas folks got a certain type of cadence. But when she started dating King Von, who's from Chicago, her vernacular changed. She started getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's very Sagittarius. If you bring a Sagittarius around and you got a nice little accent and we like how you talk, we taking that. We coming up off of that. You heard? But yeah, thumbs up this video, y'all. We can go ahead and get started in a second. I'm trying to let a couple more people trickle in type shit. Scorpio season was emotional, but now I feel the optimistic energy. You feel, and with this time of year, like I included on the community tab, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of fun, generosity. That's why the holiday seasons are often associated with, generosity, even thankfulness. Is very Jupiter, even overindulgence, excess, because it's all about having a good time. So Jupiter can make you fat. That's why a lot of people gain weight around the holiday season. So it's like, that's the only thing about my birthday being like it's during Sag season. I'm like, damn, my back be feeling as big as ever. And Sagittarius be squaring my Virgo moon. So my sun is squaring my moon. And Virgo deals with like diet and routine. So I'm always like either on a diet, about to start another diet, about to do this and that. So, I have fun when I indulge, but it just take me over. Like I be so conflicted within myself because I'm like, damn, we eating good, we doing this, we doing that, but I'm like, my back can't take no more. I can't wait to get back to my regularly scheduled routine and program. But I don't know. What's y'all experience been? Y'all done had some good food. How were the Thanksgiving plates this go around? Were they abundant? Were they Jupiterian? Were they very delicious? How was y'all mac and cheese? Y'all still like mac and cheese that's creamy on the inside, huh? That nasty ass shit. If your mac and cheese don't have slices, if you can't cut your mac and cheese in slices, baby, that's not it. That's not the team. I have Jupiter in my first house, the weight gain, the release. Listen, hey, I need to do a support group for all my Jupiter, dominant people. I got Sun square Jupiter. My moon is conjoined to Jupiter. I'm a damn Sagittarius. I can't, the backs can't take it. You know what I'm saying? My Jupiter girlies, the ones who got heavy Jupiter, contact with personal planets are just naturally more prone to gain weight. Like that's just what it is. And then I'm a Cancer South Node on top of that, like it's over with, bro. So like my whole life has been like a constant battle on the scale, like gaining a lot of weight, losing weight. I had my skinny girl era. Now I'm in my BBW era. But hey, my back finna get small on you hoes coming 2024. Oh, that's all I know. And when my back gets small and I pop up on this motherfucking naked, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to me. It's gonna get real small. Ass still fat though. Yeah. You have planets in Sagittarius. That's because the moon was in Aries on Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, your cousins got into a fight. You went to the wrong family house. My cousin told her mama, why y'all like it? Not fighting on Turkey Day is crazy. I mean, it's actually very common. Anytime family get together, you already know it's a matter of time for some shit go left. That's crazy. You country, you need your macaroni sitting like a cake. That's what I'm talking about, Toonie. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Yes. I was too excited for that Cajun turkey from Popeyes, and that sweet potato pie was good, moist, and cold. Ooh. So about that, I'm not a really big fan of sweet potato pie though. What's y'all favorite desserts? What are y'all favorite desserts? And my thing too, I get the drink. And one thing about Sagittarians, folks with that Jupiter energy, because I know a lot of Pisces who are like this too. Baby, when we can drink, the ones who do, of course, you have the Sagittarians, especially if other indicators are in their chart that show like maybe you're somebody who's more prone to like not drink or, be the exception to the rule or whatever your case may be. But as a standard, Sagittarians can definitely be heavy drinkers. Like if you do drink, you going OD. Because once again, that ties back to that like excess thing. However, we got to be careful because Sagittarius also rules the liver. That's a very vulnerable area of the body when we talk about, Sagittarius. So, these are the type of, if they do have issues with alcohol, just kiss that liver goodbye, baby. Like cirrhosis is only a matter of time. But, it's when we can eat a lot, we can drink a lot. And the older I've gotten, I don't really drink as much unless I'm partying or something. Or unless I'm in a Jupiter festive, vibe. But I'm like, ooh. And I just keep thinking about the calories. I love wine, but my back don't love wine. That's crazy. That's crazy. Then I was like, maybe I should start drinking like the white women when they be doing like the vodka and shit. That's why, them housewives be having like the skinny girl vodka and, instead of mixing it with juice, they mix their little concoction with seltzer. But then I was just like, that's too much. I don't get no fuck. It's not that serious. I can just cut it out. So it's not that deep. Oh, red velvet. See, listen. Red velvet cake is like the best cake ever. Ever. Your sister's a Sag with a Taurus moon. Does she struggle with her weight? But that could also just be like it can make you just solid. Sagittarius could also make you just solid or even really bottom heavy. Big butt, big legs, big thighs. And what's so interesting about that Sagittarius archetype, the association with the booty, y'all know it's because if we're talking about even from a mythology standpoint, right? Greek mythology or the symbol of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is symbolized by the centaur, the half man, the half horse. And the fact that, you a damn stallion at the bottom, a lot of Sagittarians physically embody that kind of that look about themselves, right? They could be small up top or just stocky at the bottom or just big all over. Like I said, Jupiter can just make you, it can just make you big. Or maybe, especially if you're not athletic, because Sagittarius is another one of those athletically driven signs, right along with Aries and Leo, right? But if you're not really physical, you can gain weight very easy. But even athletes who have like Sagittarians who are more of the athletic persuasion, like me, I was younger, I played basketball, I done played volleyball, I done danced, I done played softball, whatever. But it's like you're still very stocky at the bottom. That's why I say a lot of Sagittarians need to like perfect like squats and stuff, like, you got big legs. They're made for jumping and squatting and lifting heavy and, what I'm saying? That type of stuff. Jupiter first house, Libra. Oh, yeah, baby, that's pear-shaped. Now, Libra is another one of those signs that can bring like an hourglass figure. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have like Libra on the ascendant. Come on, baby. Beyonce is another good example of that. She's a Libra ascendant. And Miss B, her body does real nice. I mean, granted, as a celebrity, I'm sure she's had, plastic surgery and A, B, C, and D. But even when you think back to the very beginning of her career, or Beyonce you could tell she's naturally somebody who has a nice hourglass shape. Whether she gains or puts on more weight or loses more weight or whatever the case may be. You booking next week? Okay. I'll be here. Libra ascendant gang. Yeah. It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it, baby. Libra ascendant checking in. Now, this particular transit has been really hard on me with the South Node in Libra, because it's crossing my ascendant and it's crossing my Venus. So, Libra deals with like, Libra can actually be very insecure. And so like my relationship with my body, like during this transit has just been, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. What about you, Nay? Have you noticed any physical changes to your body since this transit in South Node has been in Libra? Are Leo risings just fat, buff, or tall? Now, Leos can actually be bulky, like that Leo archetype, like bulky, like broad. I know a lot of Leo risings, or even Leos who have that broad kind of look, big chest or big back. Leo does rule the back in the chest. They don't necessarily have to be fat, but I mean, it is a sign that can make you large, even if you're not, big and sloppy. But oh, you had a baby! Congratulations. Well, yeah. Well, Libra deals with the pelvic floor. So, just be mindful when it comes to like, the aftercare, the afterbirth care and things like that. Doing things that can help you tighten your pelvic floor. That's a very vulnerable area for Libra. Libra rules the fallopian tubes. It rules the lower back too, but from a woman's standpoint, it could be like, your pelvic area, the pelvic floor, and that all of that stuff. So if you just had a baby, I would think that probably would be a area of very much an area of vulnerability on your body. But take care of yourself. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hey, account original. Hey, G Mont. Did I say that right? You're a Leo woman with broad shoulders. Come on, shoulders. Kegels all day. You know what I'm saying? You're a Leo. You're a little stocky. You just got the notification. I don't know why you two tripping. How can Sagittarius lose weight? Like I said, Sagittarius, because it's a fire sign, it's naturally supposed to be athletic anyway. So it really goes without saying, get your ass up. Get your ass up. Sagittarius squares Virgo, like I mentioned before. Virgo is the sign of diet, nutrition, routine, health. Sagittarius squares Virgo because Sagittarius ain't got time for the bullshit. Sagittarius wants fun. It wants indulgence and whatever it can get its hands on. It's very animalistic, which is something else that a lot of fire signs, all the fire signs share. There's something kind of animalistic about Sagittarius. And so naturally, if you really want to look for areas of improvement, you're going to have to make a trade-off so that you can hop more into that Virgo energy as well. Because physical exercise is good too, but then also getting on your diet shit, like changing what you eat. That's why in a lot of prominent Virgo clients that I've had, whether you have like Virgo, especially Virgo South nodes, but Virgo suns as well. Virgo moons are on it really heavy, and I'm a Virgo moon myself. I would know doing something to change the way that you eat. You know what I'm saying? Start meal prepping, counting calories, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sagittarius is excess, absolutely. And guess what? If you live a life of excess, guess what? That takes a toll on your health. Another reason Sagittarius squares Virgo. Virgo deals with health issues. So sometimes you can learn a lot about like what a particular sign needs or whatever the case may be based on the other signs that square it, based on what they're squaring. Because squares in astrology represent like, I mean, they're obstacles. They're negative, but ultimately they create the opportunity, at least, for you to change if you so choose. Some people choose better than others. Choose a lover. Hey, I'm so glad you chose me, baby, baby. And I make you so happy. Thought I had a... I'm a Virgo, North Node, and rising. My body tells me very quickly when I need to change things. Yeah. Virgo, especially ascendants, can be real tapped into their body. Sometimes too much so, because the lower octave of that energy would be paranoia, or what do you call it, hypochondria. Like, and I have, not only am I a Virgo moon, I got Pisces in the 6th house, which is also like that Virgo energy, right? And I'm the type of person, I notice what's going on with my body very much so. But sometimes I don't know if I'm imagining things or if I'm tripping myself out. You know, the girlies who like feel a sore throat in one moment, and then in your mind, at like all of these different ailments and anything that could go wrong or popping up, and now your ass looking up WebMD. You know what I'm saying? And now you feel like you got 5 hours to live. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, it's the worst. But you know what though? And for that reason, Virgo placements can make themselves sick. They can make themselves sick like that. Even if your ass wasn't sick to begin with, after all that motherfucking mental fucking stress and turmoil, and after that fucking roller coaster you just put yourself on, now you bitch, you sick now. Now what? When I tell you the hypochondria game is on point. I always tell this story. If you're new to my channel, you just not catching this live stream. I always tell the story when we talk about like Virgo energy going left, about how when I was in college, I thought that I had HIV. Mind you, shout out to all the girlies with HIV. You know, my heart goes out to y'all. I understand it's a disease that, you know, people are progressing, you know, in terms of treatment. It's not a life ending. It doesn't have to be a life ending disease. I get that. Do I have it? No. Have I ever had it? Absolutely not. Why I thought I had it, y'all, I don't know. But I had it in my head that I had HIV, and I would go get tested and it would say negative. And then I would be like, in my mind, I'm like, I feel like they got it wrong. They got my results mixed up with someone else. I feel like I have HIV. I don't know why. I don't know why. I've been tested. I regularly get tested because I'm a grown ass woman, and that's what the fuck you supposed to do. But I went through for what it was so irrational. It was irrational. It was, and I know the loved ones in my life was like, this bitch is retarded. Like, this bitch, like, she's bugging, like, she's weird. Like, I couldn't explain it. Can't explain it. Don't know why. Don't know why I felt that way. That was like my Virgo moon. And then my moon is squaring my Mars at the 29th degree of Scorpio. So like I have a very obsessive compulsive like thoughts. I'm a very obsessive compulsive. Once I get, actually I have OCD. Not even trying to be funny, and not OCD in the sense of I can't stop cleaning up. That's the more popularized version of OCD that people, you know, put out, but that's not necessarily the truth for everybody. So like, you know, another facet of OCD could be like obsessive, what do you call it? Like intrusive thoughts and stuff like that. Or, you know, having to follow certain compulsions because you're having certain thoughts and stuff. That's different video, different conversation for a different day. Y'all. I don't feel like going to that. But that's just to put it into context like that. So when my mind get hooked on certain shit sometimes, it be kind of weird. I don't know. That shit, I couldn't explain it. I can't explain it. That should be weird. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. Like it's weird. OCD can be skin picking. Yeah, like, you know, y'all can do the you know, research on your own, but when you get into like those different like understanding what OCD is and all that other stuff, it's more than what we just learn about on the surface level. Like I said, it's way more to it than a person who can't stop cleaning up. And it be like the most regular bitches like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wash my dish after I eat. Because you know I got OCD. Like, bitch, that's kind of like the standard what people are supposed to do. But like, that don't mean you have OCD, mom. Like, mama, like, chill out. Like, y'all know black people, especially bitches in the cleaning Olympics. Females want to be women. I don't like that word female. Women love to try to prove that they the cleanest bitch in the room. The cleanest bitch in the room. I wonder. I feel like the girl when y'all go to like a function or something. You know them girls who would get up cleaning and shit in front of the niggas so the niggas know like, oh, they think that they wifey material. I bet you that's like a dark side of Cancer or a Virgo. How much y'all want to bet? Them women who get up and start cleaning when niggas be around or cleaning when people around. So, oh, I'm so clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm so clean. I'm so clean. I feel like those be like the dark side of Cancer women or, women with twisted Cancer or Virgo placements. Like, yeah, bitch. Okay, we know you wifey. Like, all right. Like, bitches want to be wifey so bad. Ew. Oh my God. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Whole time. Look, I'm enjoying myself. Like, okay. I'm not even finna pretend. Because what are we talking about at this point? What are we talking about at this point? That's why that's what makes me happy that I got my fire energy to balance the rest of that bullshit out. Cause that's where they lose me. That's where you lose me, baby. I'm a guy. I seen that happen. And see, as a dude, that's embarrassing because niggas know that. Like niggas know when they dealing with a female or a woman. Let me stop saying female. I'm working on, whatever. But a woman. Niggas know when they see women do that weird shit. And it's not gonna have the effect that you think it's gonna have. It's not gonna make the man want you or pick you or choose you. And if he do, it's gonna be to use your dumb ass. They see you and they're gonna use that shit against you. So keep on, keep playing wifey. Keep playing wifey. And then be the main one mad, talking about some hoes is winning. Hoes is winning. I just, men don't like good women no more. They like hoes. Yeah, bitch, because we was somewhere drinking and eating and turning up like everybody else while you was playing Molly the maid and housewife, stepper, housewife. Ain't nobody asked you to do none of that. And now look at you. Now look at you. Sad, mad, crying, projecting, feelings hurt. Now I'm a hoe. Now you mad at me. Now you mad at me. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I can tell I'm pulling on experience. Because that's triggering as fuck. I hate girls I hate women like that. That shit it makes me sad. Actually. And the men love the hoes. Let me tell you something. A man love him a hoe. And I think they turn around and lie to women and be like they don't. But they do the Jedi mind trick by trying to make it seem like, different type of women are deserving of different things. So like, oh, you have the women that you wife, because this is how a lot of men think. You got the women that you wife and then the women that you just fuck and send on their way. And the argument that I've heard from men and having a lot of men around me and just talking to men is, oh, yeah, men, niggas like hoes, but they not gonna wife one. They gonna do this and do that. But that's not real. That's not real. I think that's what niggas tell each other and what they want to portray to each other. But hoes are out here getting, quote unquote, hoes is out here getting wives. They're getting cuffed. They're getting rings. They're getting deeds to the home. They're getting everything. It's just like you have women who live their life like Laura Ingalls, the Pilgrim, and then don't get nothing. And honestly, a man ain't nothing to get. A man ain't the prize. And I really think that's the catch-22. Like when you talk about the energy of abundance, and this is something I've had to learn, coming into my 30s, it's like you're not a man. Anytime you put a value on something to where you elevate it and you put it on a pedestal, you really repel it away. You lessen your chances of getting it. You know what I'm saying? And that applies to anything. It don't have to just be men. It don't have to be relationships. But, when you operate in a certain type of way where the man, getting a man and having a man is your number one goal, you going to sacrifice how you live your life for that. You just ensure that you're never going to get it. But the woman who does what she want to do, even if that does mean being a hoe, you don't have to be a hoe. You could be literally whatever you want to be. I think those are the type of women who end up winning because they don't take away from who they are in order to get some shit outside of themselves. So that's why hoes is winning, because she being herself, bitch. And niggas always talk about how hoes is cool as fuck. Hoes is cool as hell. They be like, yeah, I was talking to her, she was cool as hell. Just be yourself. You don't have to be a hoe, quote unquote, or what people think a hoe is, but the moral of the story is be yourself. It should inspire you to be yourself and quit worrying about the next bitch. That's the point. Be yourself and quit worrying about the next bitch. Yeah. That's the story. That's the way it goes. Y'all got me in my Sagittarius bad for real, y'all. I'm preaching, pastor. Yeah, the energy of desperation. And I'm not even really trying to talk shit, because I think a lot of women, if you live long enough and you're honest, most women go through that. Most women go through a phase where, you know what I'm saying? Like most women have fallen victim to that, or like not victim, but most women have made that mistake, myself included. You know what I'm saying? And I repeatedly, many times, but it's because I made that mistake many times, and I'm getting older, and I'm just, it's just, you have to be true about what it is. You got to keep it real about what it is, because it's a choice, and you fucking yourself up for real. Thank you, Nay. You know how to change the sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful. Speaking of that, y'all want to get me something to drink for my birthday? Y'all want? I might go out for drinks for my birthday. Feel free to donate. You ain't got to, but if you're feeling in the Jupiterian spirit, the Cash App is on the left-hand corner. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing that out there. Thank you, womaness. And I'm grateful that I did everything. Yeah, you get adult, then it's like I learned the lesson. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. And follow me. I like this conversation, because even in having this particular conversation, it encapsulates a lot of this Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius deals with experience. So, and that's the thing about experiences. They don't necessarily always have to be good. Sometimes, the downside of Sagittarius is you get yourself in shit that, sometimes you put too much dip on your chip. But that's why Capricorn season comes afterwards, and Capricorn deals with experience. So you can look at Sagittarius as, doing things, being adventurous, experiencing stuff, even bumping your head a couple times. And then the wisdom that comes afterwards is very much that Capricorn shit. Like that comes when you get older, you get wiser, you've picked up on the lesson, you done already made your journey. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna do a B-Day live. Because my actual birthday is on the 28th, y'all. My actual birthday is November 28th. But I've been celebrating this weekend. Y'all know me, I'm extra. So but I am gonna have a B-Day live stream on Tuesday night. I'll post the details on my community feed. But yeah, Tuesday night I'll have a birthday live stream. And so I mean, y'all are invited to my birthday party. You invited to my birthday party. BYOB. Bring your own bottles, bring your own blunts. You know what I'm saying? And come join me. It's therapeutic. You're not alone. And that's what feels so good. They've been dragging y'all November Sagittarius on Twitter. I seen that. I seen it, and it confused me because, like, why? Like, I think it's because we have a lot of Scorpio energy. You know what I'm saying? But even Adrian, I was like, yeah, them November Sagittarius, them bitches is weird. And I said, bitch, as much as I done took up for your crispy, crunchy ass, and you're attacking me unprovoked, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. But okay. Okay. Like, we're the bad guys, clearly. We get the slander. I can deal with it. I'm strong. I can live with it. Period. Bobby Hemmitt's birthday is also the 28th. Oh. I love Sagittarius. The men are fickle, but it's still kind of fun. The women are elite as fuck. I feel like the niggas of any sign, because niggas, for the most part, there are exceptions. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, most men of each sign be fucking up the experience for the sign overall. That it's almost as if men are the problem. Cause like, even though I got Gemini in the 8th house, when I think about my encounters with Gemini women, and they have been the most fun. Like, I fuck with y'all crazy ass bitches. Y'all bitches is crazy. But Gemini is the opposite of Sag. So it's like crackhead energy meets more crackhead energy, and we just vibe off each other. It's fun. Like, I love Gemini women. And I feel like Gemini women are crazier than Sag women because they be kind of like, I don't know. It's a because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so it be like the ones who throw it off, they really be thrown off. But they're fun. But the men, oh baby, stay the fuck away from me. Get the fuck back. If you got a grown man with his Venus in Gemini, Mars in Gemini, Sun in Gemini, definitely damn sure not the moon in Gemini. I don't want nothing to do with you. Leave me be. Get behind me, Satan. I done slayed that damn demon, that dragon last year. Yeah, y'all been around for a minute. Y'all already know. Situationship number 503 almost took me up out of here, y'all. And he was a dark-sided Gemini. Gemini Sun, Gemini Venus, Gemini Mars. I almost ain't make it. Y'all know that TikTok of that old lady when she lost her money, and what she said? Why you leave, Jesus? Why you leave, Jesus? But y'all be so proud of me because now I'm in situationship 504, and it's another nigga that's playing in my face. Yay! No, I'm playing. I'm finna stand on business though. I'm finna stand on big business, like, but that's a different story for a different day. Geminis will hunt your siblings. They'll hunt your fucking cousins. The bitch that you talk to when you on the way to fucking, I don't know, work every day. Fucking, yes. That's another thing. You watch them little Gemini niggas, cause they are not above. Yeah, they not above that weird shit. Yeah, you was trying to get away from that Gemini dude, and I finally didn't escape. You know what I'm saying? you know how they say, like, it's not a compliment when a man doubles back and da 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 da. And I do agree. You know, if a man feel like he can spin the block on you, obviously it's not a sign. As you get older, you know, it's not a sign that you just are such a great woman that he want to change for. He bored, or you know, maybe his the other bitch he really was fucking on, you know, some shit happened with that. Now he need a quick ego boost. He want to feel like a man. But with him, I would just charge him at the door. So like I would let him come back. But you know, the way my Capricorn North Node said, baby, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. You know my cash app me, baby. I want to know. I'm like, you know, because then he'll hit me up around time rent due and shit. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you know, self-respect. I mean, yeah, just send them an invoice, and then I might have some conversation for him. Cause he's a Taurus moon, so y'all know Taurus moon men. They'll spend money on a woman, but the thing is, when they spend money on you, they feel like you belong to them. Scorpio men are like that too, but funny enough, the Taurus that I'm dealing with, he's a Taurus sun. I fucked up his chart, y'all. I thought he was an Aries moon. He's actually a Leo moon, which makes a little bit more sense. But point is, he's not like that. He's not, even though Taurus deals with money and materials and cereals. Funny enough, he's a broke ass nigga. Funny enough, he's a broke ass nigga, and he don't really add nothing to my life. But I'm not gonna go too hard on him, because then I'm gonna be spilling my own tea and telling on myself. And I don't need y'all to know. Y'all just don't, y'all just don't need to know all that. But just know, he don't really hit the way he's supposed to hit. But them be the niggas who have the best dick. You follow me? You see what I'm saying? And I should have known, because if you fuck me like your life depend on it, 9 times out of 10, it does. These are the niggas who need places to stay. Then I got to get realistic about my chart. You know, I got Venus square Neptune, especially with Neptune and Capricorn. I can't attract men who, done been to jail, drug dealers, scammers. He fit the bill. But also niggas who could be, what? Homeless. Niggas who need, what? Help. Then I got Pisces in the 6th house. Come on now. These niggas be in need. And unfortunately for you, baby, this ain't the bed and breakfast. Unfortunately for you, baby, this ain't a hotel. I know what the hoes tell, the hoes may tell, but this ain't a hotel. You get what I'm saying? You got to go, baby. Cause you and then turn around and be possessed, then still have that Taurus shit where you possessive, but you don't own nothing. How you possessive and you don't own nothing? At least if you breaking bread, I can say you done paid for it. You know what I'm saying? You done paid for it. You know, like, hey, and that's where I get a dark side of Gemini. Even though he a young, super young nigga, I give him that. You know, he understand that, but he a young nigga with a little bit more emotion and a little bit more money. So he get that. You got to pay what you weigh. This other nigga, yeah, you a Taurus sun, but he also got that Leo moon, and I feel like that makes him feel like he deals with women who are willing to baby him. I'm not finna baby you. I'm not your mammy. I'm not gonna baby you. That's not. And then you want all the benefits and the privileges of saying that, you know, oh, you my girl, or my this and this and this. Like, what? No, I'm not. Let's be fucking for real, but don't want to do your part. That's crazy. I get it. I've been there, but I'm also a Saturn dominant. I milk the nigga for whatever I can get from his broke ass. Period. Thought you didn't get along with Leo. I do have negative experiences with Leos and Leo placements. That is true. There's that. I mean, because I got Chiron in Leo, so it's just like, yeah, very possessive, but also, you know, very hypocritical too, because a lot of times, they hold themselves to a different standard than other people. They kind of like dark side of Sagittarius with that one. And so it's just like, I could go into the diatribe because this has been another very toxic experience for me. His son is in my 7th house of Taurus, but I still have Taurus in the 8th house. So I feel like it kind of, it's been interesting. But long story short, y'all, standing on business. You don't let these niggas get away with nothing. You keep your foot on their necks, and that's just what it is. Okay. You dealing with a man, he need to make your life better. If you don't make your life better, he gotta go. Bada boom, bada bing. Wait, what's this nigga name? Does he have Jupiter and Scorpio and Mars and Leo? I may know that man because I was with a Leo. Wait, he from Arizona. Listen, let me tell you something. He ain't from Arizona. This nigga from Atlanta. This nigga is from, he's very much Atlanta. Now he done been around. He done traveled around. And I don't think his Jupiter's in Scorpio. I gotta go back and look. Nah, we ain't talking about that. I know we not talking about the same nigga. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into what we came to get into. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. What? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen because I have a put up here. Oh no. Hold on. Cassie, Diddy. Yeah. There we go. And so we left off in because I uploaded a video on Thanksgiving, okay. Doing part 1 of my Synastry read for Cassie and Diddy, right? And so I left off on, I think it was Neptune. Yeah, Cassie has her Neptune squaring Diddy's Chiron in Aries. And I kind of want to extrapolate on that for just a moment. We don't got the same nigga. Look, nah, it ain't the same nigga, baby. I know. I'm already knowing. We ain't got the same nigga. It ain't him. Okay, so boom. Let's talk about it. So Diddy's Chiron and Aries. First of all, Chiron is one of those planets that deal with where things could be exceptional. It deals with where something can be, outside of the norm, dysfunctional. And this could, depending on how it's aspected, right? This could be a good thing or it could be a really, really bad thing. But Chiron in and of itself is very disruptive in nature and just naturally is going to point to where there could be a lot of trauma involved or in something, or a lot of pain involved in something, or, that kind of thing. And so Chiron and Aries, which is a generational placement, a lot of people with this Chiron and Aries had a difficult time like regulating themselves. Their relationships with other people could have suffered greatly. And a lot of it really does boil down to the tendency to inflict pain on other people. And this could be physical, because sometimes Chiron could be physical wounds. So Chiron and Aries could denote exceptional violence. A really good example of this would be Lisa Lopez. She's a part of that Chiron Aries generation. She had, I believe, her Chiron was squaring her Cancer moon, which dealt with her starting that house fire. So you can see where like a person can inflict some type of harm or wrongdoing or something like that onto someone else. In this case, Diddy, right, with his Chiron and Aries squaring Cassie's Neptune and Capricorn points to where, I mean, he pretty much had his way with her in terms of the relationship, where the entire relationship could have been about him, where she was I mean, Neptune deals with victimization, like where she was victimized, or where she felt like she had to sacrifice something, or where she could have been perpetually humiliated by him, especially in the name of her career. Neptune is in Capricorn, right? So in the name of her career, or feeling like she had to do it in the name of, um, being able to reach a certain level of success. It could also point to, once again, where humiliation could have been a great part of their dynamic, him humiliating her or embarrassing her. Like I mentioned in part one, this could also potentially be like a sex slave aspect, especially once again with Neptune in Capricorn, because that's almost like, I mean, Neptune does deal with slavery. Neptune and Capricorn is, but it's more so like on a higher level. So like pimping someone out, or like the energy signature, even if it's not actual pimping, it's like the energy of exploiting or pimping her out, or like I said, just getting over on her. And this could even have violent implications with Chiron in Leo. I mean, Neptune also deals with porn and all of that stuff, so you could even look at that as like him violating her in that regard, like violating her sexually. Neptune deals with boundaries. This could do it where he violated all her boundaries, where she wasn't really able to like protect herself, or stand up for herself. So that's really tough, where he was really domineering. That Chiron in Aries square her Neptune in Capricorn. So this was a really heavy aspect. And you could also look at it as like her being, the weaker one in the relationship. He always saw Cassie as weak. That's why he did it. That could be very symbolic of his Chiron and Aries squaring her Neptune. Him taking advantage, of her weakness, or that kind of thing. But even professionally too. So, it's important to note that part. Of course, in a private life, but he could have even taken advantage of her professionally. So there's that. And this is actually the second tightest aspect that they have. And in Synastry, the tighter an aspect, like the tighter a particular aspect is, it could point to where that energy is going to be the most prevalent in the relationship, or where it could be strongly felt within the relationship. Something else I wanted to revisit, and it makes me wonder, could that been her actually? Oh, Are You Living in Silence since the news came out? It was so many signs. Yeah. When you heard her original track, and when she said "bad boy," I cringe because I just knew she was going to be in this shit. I mean, yeah, But the other aspect that I wanted to point out, or the another placement that I wanted to talk about. So in part one, I touched on Diddy having his Mars in the 29th degree of Capricorn, and just how detrimental that was, right? Specifically with his Mars squaring Venus, and how it mirrors Cassie's Mars and Capricorn squaring Venus in Libra. These Venus square Mars in and of itself, as mentioned before, can absolutely produce very like a relationship where there's not a lot of peace there. Okay. And in the chart of a man, it could deal with a man who doesn't really like women like that. And at worst, it could produce also physical violence, where a man could be hostile towards women, or, where if he's in a relationship with a woman, he's running that bitch over. Especially with Diddy's Mars at the 29th degree of Capricorn. A lot of it is control, and it's because a lot of how people view him is going to be through the women around him, and where that Mars at the 29th degree of Capricorn makes it so that Diddy could actually be very conscientious of that. So when he's looking for women to groom in a certain way or whatever to take advantage of with his Mars squaring Venus and Libra, he's doing it from a place that's very honestly even insecure with that 29th degree about how he's being viewed in terms of his reputation and how people are looking at him. You know, Mars and Capricorn is all about status. So the way that he chooses the women and how he treats the women that he's around could be very reflective of that. Also, with his Mars squaring Venus, especially with that Mars and Capricorn, it could deal with where he kind of locks his lovers away, like where he could like not want them to be social, because Venus in Libra is a very social sign. I mean, or social sign placement. And then she also has Libra on the South Node. So with Venus conjoining her South Node. So that could make her a natural socialite or somebody who naturally kind of knows her way around the room, you know, or you know, these are people who can even know a lot of people or know a lot of people know them, or, you know, that kind of thing. They'll go somewhere and this person is introducing the person to that person and blah, 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 blah. But with his Mars squaring her Venus like that in her South Node, that's him actively doing things to keep her away from other people or to keep other people away from her. Also reinforced with her Mars squaring her Venus too. That Mars in Capricorn could, in his chart, points towards him being the older influence. Like I said, seeking a younger woman, a status symbol. But in her chart, her having that Mars in Capricorn deals with her dating older men. I think Alita had Mars in Capricorn too, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But, you know, I mean, not to mention she was a Capricorn sun, but still, you know, her dating older men. And I heard somewhere that Diddy wanted Cassie to call him Pop Pop because that's what she called, or whatever name she called her granddaddy. Like, let's say she called her granddaddy Pop Pop. He was like, "What'd you call your granddaddy?" She was like, "Pop Pop." He was like, "Call me Pop Pop." That's very Mars and Capricorn, like wanting to be her daddy, wanting to be her granddaddy. And Mars deals with the name. So you could even look at this literally as him wanting to assume the name of her grandfather. Like, it gets that literal, that Mars. That's how that Mars at the 29th degree Capricorn played out for Diddy. So that was just weird. Like, that 29th degree is the anoretic degree. It's the crisis degree. So it could take a sign placement or excuse me, a planetary placement and just take it to the next level depending on what sign it's in. So, like I said, when it's attached to Mars at the 29th degree of Capricorn, a lot of times, you know, these are people who they're in overdrive when it comes to like trying to protect the way that they look. And this, I think this could be another reason why he got away with it for so long, because it's like, you know, the number 29 could deal with in-house matters, like even domestic violence. It also brings about problems with women, so that kind of reinforces him being a man who has just issues with women, you know. But yeah. But he cares a lot about how he looks and his reputation. But, you know, now you got high pressure situations surrounding your reputation now, because your reputation will never be the same again. Also very Mars at the 29th degree of Capricorn. So, and where he's willing to go to extreme lengths to protect it. So, you know, there's that. What else do I want to point out in regards to their synastry? They both have that Venus conjunction in Libra, though, which could deal with, you know, him whining and dining her, and like them attending social events together. But like I said, with his Venus squaring his Mars and her Venus squaring her Mars, there's a limit to it. Like I said, he has to keep very firm control over her and you know, her interactions with other people. Also, now in terms of some positive aspects I wanted to go over, just to prove that, or to reinforce the point that our relationships have positive aspects and negative aspects, right? So there could be a seemingly horrible relationship and they still have positive aspects between, you know, the people have positive aspects between the two of them. That could still come into play. And so, for instance, with Cassie, Diddy's sun is actually, or excuse me, his Saturn is trining her sun. He has Saturn in Taurus, and this deals with him taking care of her financially, also teaching her or her learning a lot of like her business sense and acumen from him, that kind of thing, right? And once again, this is another like parental, fatherly, like I'm responsible, like financially responsible for you, or even different parts of your career or dealing with you. Yeah, that's but it works out for her because it's a trying. So it's it worked. Where this could have been a good business decision for her or for him or both. And then you have Diddy's Pluto in Virgo trining Cassie's Taurus moon, which is also symbolic of him supporting her family, which I want to add, I feel like is a very important piece to this puzzle in terms of like the conditions that were created that would lead a person to remain in an abusive relationship like this for 10 years. I think he was taking care of her family as well, especially with that aspect. And then when you look at Cassie's natal, she has her moon in opposition to Saturn, that's Saturn in Sag, which could A, point to her not being that close to her family, but also B, where, I mean, like I said, Saturn in his worst could be exploitation. Like, I'm getting maybe pimped out by her family or her mom, or, where maybe because Saturn is in Sag, maybe they put all she bears the burden of all the hopes and dreams of the family type shit. Like, Saturn in opposition to the moon could also deal with like somebody who came up in a poverty, environment, poverty-based environment, or where there could be like a poverty kind of mentality, a scarcity mentality. And like I said, that could be like a mom who's telling her child to like, especially with that Taurus moon, that could deal with advice, her getting advice from her mom. So it's like her mom giving her that type of advice that would say like, you stay in a situation where, you're being taken care of and whatever. She also has moon squaring her Mercury in Leo. So it gives me that like she's someone who could have a lot of people in her ear, which actually makes sense because with her being a Libra South node, she's very dependent on people anyway. And so in this lifetime, she has to learn how to be her own person, which is why I say her jumping into this next relationship with this trainer. I don't even think the trainer, I don't know if he's a good dude or not. He could be a good dude. I haven't looked into any of his, his natal chart or anything like that. But just looking at Cassie's chart and understanding patterns in the way in which we repeat patterns, she just need to be careful because she could find herself. I'm not saying he's as bad as Diddy, but the point is she's somebody who needs to be able to kind of stand on her own 2 feet. If you get what I'm saying. You remember when he wanted everybody to call him daddy? Like, get over yourself. Everybody swears the next dude is the best dude. Makes sense. The trainer is a Virgo sun. And Virgo rules what? Diet, exercise, even training and employees, staff. So like I mentioned in part 1, Diddy having his Virgo moon conjoined the Cassie's Virgo sun is how, that environment even, came to be anyway, in terms of Diddy hiring a in-house personal trainer, for Cassie. And then Cassie, gravitating towards the trainer. That's very Virgo, like falling in love with a personal trainer, a doctor. A lot of Virgos, Virgo sun women, Mars or Venus women could be drawn towards men in healthcare, or men who could like I said, improve their lives in some type of tangible way. Mechanics, janitors, handymen. A lot of Virgos could be drawn towards like a blue collar working man too. But also men who could groom you, or like I said, people you work for. Do I think he's doing the same thing to Carisha? I do. And I say that because Carisha, and I've done a Synastry reading on them as well. But a lot of their relationship also seems to be from a business standpoint. I question whether they were really together to begin with. But the point is, knowing how Diddy is, and considering the fact that Carisha, well, I think she has her moon in um, Pisces. I think she's an Aquarius, Mars, and Sun. They can get down nasty and be real freaked out too. And then she got that Scorpio North Node. I just wouldn't be surprised, So even when she started talking about piss and him pissing on her and this and that and the third, which is a very, very Scorpio North Node, and the fact his son is on her North Node, he probably is introducing her to some dark shit. And from what I know, Carisha, her first baby daddy used to beat her ass. From what I know, I remember seeing something where people was talking about how he attacked her and was dragging her and pulling her hair. Then she was with Southside Mafia. Now he hasn't been on record hitting her or nothing like that, but he seemed like the nigga that probably would beat her ass too. And how he talked to her. I remember her saying, like, when she got into an argument with, I think, was it Jocelyn Hernandez? It was somebody, and she was like, my nigga beat a bitch up. Any nigga that beat bitches on your behalf, he gonna beat your ass too. Argue with your mammy about that one. I mean, I'm with it. I want my nigga to step about me, but I'm just saying. I haven't really seen niggas who really out here just knocking bitches' heads for the bitch that they with, and they don't knock that bitch head either. That's just from where I'm standing. And so I said all that to say, Carisha has that mindset that is right for somebody to walk into a P. Diddy contractual agreement, which is she's a material girl. She's about her material and cereal. She's about the bag. She's about being kept and spoiled. Aquarius women can be the type, Aquarius is a sign of entitlement. So when it comes to men, they feel entitled to a certain type of thing. They want to have their way. Then the moon in Pisces, that's that princess treatment. But it could also be humiliation. It could be, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I could see her putting up or doing something strange for a piece of change. That's also very Aquarius. I could see her doing all of that. As long as, he paying what he owe. Yeah, and call her a bitch and all that. Like, it just give me. She was like, "You think I would be with a nigga that beat my ass?" Well, actually, I mean, now that you asked, why, yes, I do. I do think you would be with the nigga who beat your ass, because your first baby daddy beat your ass. So, like, I mean, rest in peace to him. But if that's what happened, that's just what happened. Then, and once again, talking about humans and patterns, we all have patterns. So if you come from a long history of dating abusive men, you mean to tell me you gonna, like, you run into the abusive man final boss, which is P. Diddy, you think ain't nothing happening there? I don't know if he doing her as bad because he older now, or I mean, you just never know. Like I said, I would have to go back and revisit their Synastry. But Aquarius women keep a gay man. That's Aquarius too. Southside ass is bleeding, and his booty was bleeding. And the Southside and Aquarius too. I meant to talk about that. The Southside interview that he did with Funny Marco, him and G Herbert, and everybody was talking about how they was trying to clown Bunny Marco, and how much of a follower Southside was. And that's very air when I realized that Southside Mafia is an Aquarius and G Herbert was a Libra, it made so much sense. Libra and Aries. Libra and Aquarius are two air signs. They occupy two of the most social houses in the natal chart, right? Aquarius governing the 11th, Libra governing the 7th. And both houses thrive off of validation, honestly, from other people. the people around them. So these are two signs that can be actually really big followers. Because it's all about the group. Aquarius deals with what? The collective, the group, what other people are doing. Libra rules other people too. So Libras, and which is why they oppose Aries. If Aries is the sign of leadership, Libra is the sign of following. Now, am I saying every single Libra is a follower? No, I am not. And actually, G Herbo has what that opposition to his moon in Aries. I think he's an Aries North Node too, which is probably why he kind of dominated and set the tone for that interview. And then you had what's his name, who just was kissing ass, and they just kind of bounced off of each other. But that was very air sign activity, specifically Libra and Aquarius. Now, Gemini is an air sign that is going to Gemini is known for going against the grain and being kind of contrarian. Aquarius can be contrarian too, but it also has a dark side where it, depending on the people around it, it can fall into like that, group think. I'm going to align myself with what other people are doing. Funny Marco is a Gemini? Okay, so there you go. That's interesting. Yeah, that's it. See, that's crazy. I didn't know he was a Gemini. So there you go. Like, even though they're all air signs, you got Gemini that might kind of go against the grain, or Gemini is also very, like, you can look at that as like funny Marco, like talking too much, or like I said, speaking his mind too much. But if he says something that sets the group off, the more group oriented air signs are going to fucking monkey see, monkey do your ass to death. They look so lame, like high schoolers, grown ass men. Yeah, they honestly were lame as fuck. And if you want to be real, G Herbo, I feel like, and this is just what I feel, right? Has he grown up around a certain environment, you know what I'm saying? Especially Chicago. A lot of them Chicago niggas, they are literally war veterans, minus any like healthcare attention or it's just, I understand that environment, but if you want to be real, G Herbo don't seem like the type of nigga who was really out here stepping. G Herbo don't give me King Von energy. G Herbo give me he was around the shooters. You see what I'm saying? He was around the shooters. He done been a part of some situations, but G Herbo never gave me he was the nigga that you was finna get smoked by. By no means. G Herbo never really gave the type of nigga that niggas really be scared of. And he looks like a gerbil, a naked Morat, if you will, Rufus, if you will. His head is built like the booty piece of bread in the loaf, in the whole loaf. The bread that you skip over because it's gonna make your sandwich look ugly. He gave me the shooters are my cousin. So now, like, if you fuck with him, yeah, if some shit happened to you, it's gonna happen to you based on the strength of who he fuck with, not him. If you want to be real. And I said all that to say G Herbo always kind of come off as lame to me. He come off as lame to me. Like, oh yeah, he the hood nigga. He the nigga in the room when you around other niggas who not really in that life, or other men who he know like is not better than him. But if you put him in an environment where it's real niggas doing real shit, real criminals having real criminal conversation and activity taking place, I feel like G Herbo knows exactly he gonna hop right into that Libra bag where he's very, peaceful and very, what I'm saying, modest and know how to act. He gets some act right about himself. He get real polite and get decorum and that type of shit. That's and then Mafia, that he just irrelevant. Like, I don't even feel like I wouldn't be surprised if his whole persona a lie. Like he irrelevant. He another one. He might have friends who do certain things, but he just a nigga with a bunch of tattoos who know how to cuss real loud and make good beats. And that's it. Vaughn would have smoked his rate, and I'm not gonna act like I know Chicago politics like that because I don't. But it's just my intuition. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't know Chicago politics like that. I'm not no motherfucking street bitch. But I do know I got common sense. I done lived a little bit. I know a motherfucking shooter when I see one. And he not that. I just don't feel it. I don't feel it for him. So but honestly, if you want to just common sense says that's a lot of rappers, that's a lot of what goes into show business, whatever. But Chicago niggas are a lot more raw and authentic and whatever. But G Herbo don't give all that. He don't give me all that. Her cousin is the shooter. Just listen to 4 minutes of Hell Part 5. My little cousin in the county fighting quadruple bodies. Well, you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, that's good for your cousin. And that's one thing I will say about Vaughn. Like, I don't praise or advocate for because it really is stupid shit. It's stupid, unnecessary life being lost on all sides. People, especially like they just don't care no more. Men, women, children, and it's really fucked up. But with Vaughn, he told you who he was. But because people are so used to one thing, when people really found out he was who he said he was, then all hell broke loose. And especially now that he dead, now everybody, King Von is on. Now people don't fuck with King Von no more. But he told you what he was, and he was what he was. And there's something about that I can respect. But then again, I'm a stage. Fire sign women, we love us some bad boys now. I love me a bad boy, baby. That's why Asian doll was head over heels. Sage women, we gonna get our hands on a little rowdy one. But the older that I've gotten, once again, you get older, you get wiser, and you understand even the liability that comes from it. And don't let you be older and then you got kids. It's not what it's cracked up to be. It's not what it's cracked up to be. But I understand the appeal for the younger girlies. For the younger girlies, I understand the appeal because the way that I wanted to get my hands on King Von, baby, the way that I set aside this gently used cat just for him, I was so mad when they killed him. Look, like I was finna fuck him in real life. You can't tell me I wasn't finna fuck that nigga in real life. I was on his ass. Yeah. King Von. Then he had the big old lips. I know he eat a mean twat. Like I know he eat a cat, baby. Snatchy. Put some of this juicy fruit on I'm trying to tell you. On phone them, as the gang would say. I wanted that man so bad. Asian dog finance, Leos and Sag. Leo. Like I said, I've had negative experiences with Leos in the past, but being objective about it, I can see the appeal of like a Leo man who is more mature, like a more mature Leo man. I can see the appeal because they're very charming. Leo is literally the astrological embodiment of masculine energy. It deals with kings, and think of like how Leo is symbolized by the lion. The lions are the king of the jungle, and a lot of Leos have that way of carrying themselves. They carry themselves like kings. A lot of them are leaders. They have this kind of macho energy. They can be stand-up men. And a lot of fire sign women, if you're a more dominant woman, you're drawn to men like that. Because the more passive niggas, you eat them up and spit them out. But when it comes to like men that you're passionate about, that's that stand-up nigga shit. Like, ooh, and they can be charming and charismatic and give you attention. And you know, when they really doing a little big one, I can see it. I can see it. Even with King Von, like I can see like how he is with a woman, like when he trying to like, I can see it. I can see it. Baby, I see all of it. I can see it. Why did you take your Lord Jesus? Why did you take him, Jesus? Look, that man done murdered 15 people. But I wanted him to murder this cat, though. Add this pussy to the list of bodies before you went up yonder. That's what I wanted. He did die in a stupid way, but it was a part of his fate, you know, with that Scorpio North Node. Him living the life that he lived, like Scorpio deals with criminality. You know, I'm not saying all Scorpio North Nodes are gonna die prematurely, but if you are somebody who lives that type of, you know, dark-sided Scorpio life, you know, the positive octave of Scorpio on the North Node would be like evolving and, you know, growing and stepping into your power and whatever. But the negative side of that would be, like I said, him doing his little thing, like that, running a crime organization, a crime network, doing shit he ain't got no business doing. All that is Scorpio doing his dirt, and that shit come back. It came back. Scorpio on the North Node, that can, you know, if you're not living right, that can take you up out of here real early. So why my mind think like this? Because you a real one, and we're realists, and we just saying the quiet part out loud. The dude I'm talking to got the Leo Sun Virgo Moon combo. I mean, I'm not too crazy about Virgo Moon men, but then again, like I said, my moon is in Virgo. Just because, like, on one hand, depending on how it's aspected, these are men who could take care of you. A lot of them could even be mama's boys or like have a bit, you know, that close caretaking relationship with the woman or the mother, or want that from their women. But if there are harsh aspects being made to the moon, or all it takes is one fucked up aspect, they can be kind of thrown off when it comes to women too. That can be kind of thrown out, or the type to project their insecurities on women. Like, it just depends on the type of nigga you deal with. But Moon and Capricorn too, them the types, like, they probably not that close with their moms either. Unless, like I said, certain aspects, the way the moon is aspected could change things a bit. But the standard moon and the moon in Capricorn, like, could have been raised by older parents, have an older mom, or spent a lot of time alone, or go through periods. Like, one dude I was dealing with had his moon in Capricorn, and like him and his mom would bump heads, and whenever they would, like, he could go hella time without talking to his mama. You know, like, I don't know. Or their relationships with women could be kind of predicated more so on like from a transactional standpoint. Like, it don't give passion and intimacy. God took a good dick out of this world. I ain't even gonna lie. That's the type of nigga, I don't know. That's the type of nigga you be contemplating, like, should I let him shoot my club up and I just go grab a couple Plan Bs of mine? Like, I don't know. I might not get up. I might not get up off it when he say he coming. I might just have to take this one. You might have to make me a Twinkie tonight, Daddy. Yeah, their parents burden them. That's also very Moon and Capricorn. Not pray right now. My ex Capricorn was a mama's boy, but he had a Taurus moon. You see what I'm saying? That's that Taurus moon. Like, if it's aspected pretty well, the moon and Taurus could deal with where like a man in the relationship with his mom, where she was very adamant about making sure all his needs were met, or where he looks to her for like stability to keep him, centered, like where he could really depend on her. Or vice versa. My man is a Pisces sun, cat moon, Gemini rising. Interesting. What is his relationship like with his family? You ain't never lied. I know you had chaos in your childhood, but baby, you can relax. I don't want to work you like a Hebrew slave or extort you, huh? Oh, Capricorn's too fear based for me. They like dysfunction in relationships. I mean, they're not the only sign that could like dysfunction in relationships, but I will say, that Capricorn fear based shit is real. Fear based mentality can lead to all kinds of behaviors, especially if we're talking about being controlling. Uh, I would never date another Capricorn moon. He projected all his mommy issues onto me. I'm trying to tell you. Or like, Capricorn could also deal with like punishment. Like, so having a moon in Capricorn, like for a man, in some cases, they could kind of have that mentality where they taking shit out on you from their last shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it be the mama, because the mama is also the moon, but it could also be the last chick he with. Like, whatever hang-ups he had about his last relationship, dark side Capricorn sun men do that too, but the moon especially. Watch out. Them niggas finna goddamn take you up and through there. Up and through it, through it, through it, through it. Asian Dollar still on King Bonds. I mean, he was her boyfriend. I don't like how y'all be like trying to discredit her being her having grief. Now she do got Venus and Capricorn, so do I feel like there's a certain part of her that knows like, okay, your association with him is just good for business, then yeah, you know. But being that Venus and Capricorn can make you like a clout chaser to a certain extent. Because Erica Badu got that too. Like where all her baby daddies is like, really big figures and legends in music, and that's kind of her thing. But I'm not gonna be like, damn, bitch, quit repping that nigga, get over that nigga. Y'all wasn't together when he broke up. Like, y'all act like niggas don't be in love with bitches they not with. Like, y'all act like you knew every word he told her. Like, I know how niggas do. Niggas be pillow talking. You know what I'm saying? They could have still been fucking for all we know. We don't know that. We don't know what he done told promises he done made her. And these the same motherfuckers who ain't let go of that nigga that fucking took your ass through the mud from 5 years ago. Telling her she need to get over King Von. Not too much on, even though she got us November Sag fucked up. Not too much on her about that. Pillow talking. Yeah, they probably cheated on him. I know he was a hoe. I know he was a hoe. But we knew that though. We knew he was a hoe. She took on his whole persona. I think that's that Sagittarius stuff that I was talking about. Where if we like something, we're gonna adopt it. We're gonna take it on. But nonetheless, maybe a combination between that and her Venus and Capricorn. But once again, I mean, now what? She got pregnant by him. Aquarius movement, I don't really care for them either. Because they can keep a lot of female friends around. And them friends be bitches he gonna fuck with when you getting on his nerves. Or after y'all break up. Or that could just be real disrespectful to women. But once again, you also want to look at how it's aspected. Because in its highest octave, it could be like a man who could be in a relationship with women where it's like he gonna be like your homie lover friend. But it could also be relationships of convenience. Like if I'm around a woman, she gotta make my life better. Or maybe where he feel like he entitled to you. It just depends. You like how Vine made Asian softer? Yeah. I'm telling you, with fire sign women who got like a lot of energetic masculine influence, I think that's why we gravitate towards bad boys or men who we feel like embody a lot of quote unquote, masculine energy, even if it's toxic masculinity. Because in your mind, like, it's like, damn, I done found a nigga like who I can't even shake like that. That's crazy. And then it just make you get all smitten, like, ooh, I like that. My bad, y'all. These potatoes are so good. Woo. November 26th, happy birthday! Sag women are male identified. I wouldn't say not as much as Leo women. I wouldn't say Sag women are male identified. I think Sag women can be dick worshippers. Like dick worshippers, like or even like a slave to like their sexual desires and stuff, like very promiscuous. But once again, there's a certain level of promiscuity that comes with all fire sign women. Not saying that you have to be, but fire is, could also be very sexual energy. It's very, raw, unfiltered, like that primal animalistic kind of thing. But nah, more than Leo women, nah. No. Let's not do that. Sag women will walk on fire for some dick. Not the way Leo would. Because here's the thing. Sagittarius can be like that, but you also have to understand Sag is ruled by principle. Sagittarius also deals with like justice. So it's like we'll do certain things now, but when things become like unfair or we start feeling like we being treated unfair, we can't really exist in them type of environments for too long. Or like if it prevents us from doing what we want to do. Don't know about that. Shit, I posted I made a post where it was what was it? I came across a tweet of some lady talking about some black men, we love you. And I was like, who the fuck is this bitch? So I like clicked on her profile and she had her birthday in her profile. Come to find out, she was a Leo. I said, oh, that's what's happening here. A Leo woman is Leoing. Worshiping niggas. Got it. Understood. Morals and principles. We stand on principle. Like, yeah. Sag gonna stand on principle every time, baby. Cause it's the principle. You ain't finna now the gag is we may not always be fair to other people or we can contradict ourselves in a lot of ways. I will say that, but when it comes to how people treat us, baby, we gonna clock that. I'm not finna deal unless it's something in it for me or unless I'm doing something to even the score. Like I'm not finna just be on no dry like dealing with some shit I don't want to deal with and I'm not benefiting from it just to say I got some dick. That's crazy. You really so why is y'all arguing in the comments? I'm a little confused as what's happening. Leo is the only sign in zodiac where I like the males over the women. Oops. Leo women love younger men. That is true. I feel like we could be stigmatized, especially at a young age. But cancer can be boy crazy too, though. So I wonder how many Leo, Sun, Mars will be to this dude Leo, Sun, Mars conjunction, huh? Oh, you wonder how your Leo Sun, Mars conjunction would be to this dude Leo, Sun, Mars conjunction. Like there's a lot of power struggle. Trying to see who wearing the pants because you know Leo women be bossy too, and you got Sun conjoined to Mars and Leo. No Cancer Mars slander. Well, none yet. But I mean, it ain't too far away. I don't see it for y'all asses. I'm just playing. Well, kind of, a little bit. Calm down, y'all. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I just had a friend this last night that I see with Sag women take on the person. Yeah, the persona they partner and run with it. That is very Sag. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and it doesn't just have to be your partner. It could really be anything that inspires you, really. Why y'all up so early? You better eat that food. Sag women ain't no my man. That's not a Sag woman. Sag women, like I said, Sag women can enjoy their partners, but you got, like I said, Sagittarius still is very much about their freedom. Sag women ain't not now if they got other shit and ain't now, you know. If she got maybe a lot of earth energy in her chart or something, specifically like Taurus, maybe, then maybe she be my man. Libra could be my man. That's not Sag for real. Not archetypically. The worst women. I mean, that's a matter of opinion, you know. But in my opinion, the sign that I like the least or just in my opinion, the worst women, like the worst types of women in the zodiac. Um, I'm going to have to say the ones that have kind of been annoying me the most lately is Pisces. I love don't get me wrong, because I got Pisces in the 5th house and in the 6th house. I've had Pisces women in my life, particularly like family that I love, you know what I'm saying, and I care very deeply for. But I also have had interactions with Pisces. Um, I don't like how sneaky Pisces are. Even the like the women, like sneaky or like gossipy, scandalous. That kind of bothers me. I had a friend, and I think I told the story before, but a friend that I was in high school with, and I remember going to prom. I went to prom with this guy, and I remember like he wasn't really well known like that. Like when I started hanging around him, and he went to prom with me, a lot of my friendship group ain't really know about him. A lot of people ain't really know about him, but eventually, I guess our girls started to like him or whatever. And me and this girl I was really good friends with, we had homeroom with the guy. And it would be all three of us like talking, laughing, whatever. And I'm talking to her, she know I like him. Come to find out, I didn't find this out until months, maybe even like a year later. She had been fucking this nigga. Like, and I found out because I was cool with her ex. And her ex, like she cheated on her ex with the dude that I had a crush on. So like, and he giving me all this tea. Like I'm like, Pisces could have like double lives type shit. Like that's the lower octave of Pisces. Like you think you know what they want you to know. You know what they want you to know. Them motherfuckers could be scandalous. And like she was fucking that nigga the whole time. She would be in my face and we all be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't confront her about it because he wasn't my boyfriend. So it's not like he not my nigga. But it just made me look at her different. It's not like we was best friends or nothing, but I just looked at her different after that. I'm like, oh. So she one of them, like she real scandalous. Like you just don't know what's you just don't know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with people sometimes. Like, damn, girl, you couldn't tell me that you was fucking a nigga when I was telling you I liked him. Like, damn. Okay. And when I look back on our interactions, it made so much sense because they be flirting and all type of shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, like, but that's what it is, girl. He playing in your pussy. So of course, y'all, we all three of us get together and I'm picking up on vibrations. Yeah, she knew. She knew I had a crush on him. She knew I had a crush on him. Aquarius women could be like that too, like dark side of Aquarians, hence Meg the Stallion, right? Where like betraying their friends over some dick. Or just betray that theme of like betraying your friend. Like, especially if you fucking with a nigga and he doing you good, they gonna want to know, like, okay, how he gonna do me? That's Aquarius. This 300-pound guy is a Pisces with a Scorpio moon that plays video games all day. I ghosted him because he kept begging for news. That's very Pisces. What? Not jokingly. Now he was being dead for real. And if I think about it, because Pisces and Aquarius are so close together, this girl that I'm talking about, who's a Pisces, I guarantee you she probably got some personal Aquarius placements. How much you want to bet? I think her like Venus is in Aquarius or something. Meg the Stallion is a perfect Aquarius archetype. Mixie fucking her coworkers, her friends, lovers. Pisces, and you know that's why Pisces can actually be covert narcissists. That's like the dark side of Pisces. Obviously, it's not every, you know, I'm not saying all Pisces placements are like that. Actually, a lot of Pisces, like I said, could be sweethearts, but the lower octave of that energy is using like the covert narcissist who perpetuates, who tries to center themselves as a victim and everything. You know, but the whole time they the biggest offenders. It kind of give me Krishan vibes, like, you know, making themselves the ultimate victim in everything. But when you get to know them, these be the motherfuckers that be wreaking the most havoc, like, or they'll use their charity and their good heart, like, you know, their good deeds and things that they do for people as like a front, like a cover for more insidious shit. Like, you know, it's like a they said Mother Teresa was one. I don't know if she was a Pisces, but it kind of get like in the sense that like people think that these are the sweetest people ever because, oh, they feed the homeless and they do this and they do that. But these are people who can get like it goes to their head. That's how they feed their ego, through stuff like that. And it's harder to detect because they're not like boastful and belligerent and is in your obnoxious, you know, and in your face as like a covert narcissist. But they still have that kind of godlike, say like I'm a savior, that savior. That's that Pisces energy, like thinking you a savior, like I'm, you know. Krishan is a Pisces. Man, Saturn and Pisces. Mother Teresa was a Virgo. Interesting. But I know somewhere I read that people were saying like she really wasn't a nice person. And I would have to look at her chart. Maybe that'll be a good natal chart reading to do one day. Because I don't know what kind of aspects Neptune are making in her chart, or if she has any 12th house energy. Like, I, you know. But yeah. Krishan cursing and praising the Lord in the same sentence. Some of that is also the fact that her son is squaring Chiron and Sag. That's another aspect that just makes her like somebody who feel like she ain't got to follow the rules, or she ain't got to do what nobody, like can't nobody tell her what to do. Where she just lawless, reckless, like lawless, reckless, but then also where she could be like make a big spectacle, like in terms of religion and shit like that. But you know, very contradictory, very much a contradiction. That's why you don't like Pisces. I mean, you don't like Monique Slaughter. I don't like how the Pisces woman weaponizes the shit that happens to her. Same thing with K. Michelle. Don't get me wrong. Does this mean that that they haven't been through shit, or you know what I'm saying, that they can't be extended grace? That's not what I'm saying, because K. Michelle is a perfect example of that. She came into the industry. She got abused by meth hits. It was messed up. I ain't never gonna advocate for that. It was messed up, and I believe K. Michelle, and that's why every time I watch her eating up Rashida and them like that, and Toya and all the women who tried to, you know, downplay the stuff that happened to her because they was fucking on the nigga, you know what I'm saying? I give my life. However, K. Michelle has made it a staple part of her career to kind of go on this tour to air out every grievance that's ever been done to her and against her. And this, you know, every time she up her mouth, this person did this to her. Nicki Minaj didn't want me on this song. And after a while, it's like, all right, bitch, just okay. Look where you at. You all right, ain't you? Like, don't nobody want to hear all that. And it's manipulative. It's very manipulative. Same thing with Krishan. Like, it's always about what people did to you. Now, I'm gonna be fair. Sagittarius, because it's that Jupiter thing. You know, Pisces are worse, but Sagittarius can be like that too. The unevolved Sagittarius, or you know, if you're more immature, and I that's something I've been working on. Like, we do have an issue with taking accountability now with Pisces, because of that Neptune influence. They're gonna try to appeal to your sympathy, you know, What? No, it ain't my fault because such and such did this to me, and why everybody always doing that to me? They making me look bad. Y'all always doing that to me. Why y'all always doing that to me? I ain't do nothing wrong. I ain't do nothing wrong. Everything always just happened to me. I just be minding my business. Y'all doing this to me. But Sagittarius is more like excuses. Sagittarius, we're not gonna really appeal to your sympathy. You know what I'm saying? We still a fire sign. We still got our ways about us in terms of our ego, but we'll make excuses. So it'll be like, and I've been real big for this in the past. Like, for example, let's say we were supposed to arrive somewhere on time. And that's very archetypical of Sagittarius to be running late, to not, whatever. And let's say everybody else got there on time and we didn't get there on time. We got there 20 minutes late. We're gonna say, well, it was raining today. It was the Pisces who ran late gonna be like, well, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, my house burned down. My cat, got in the way this morning. I couldn't get the car for another 30 minutes. So I had to wait after this. And like, this is always happening to me. Like, I'm so sorry. I know you're going to have like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm always being in situations where like I have no control over this. Like, I'm always being late. Other people is always making me late. Oh my God. Sag is going to be like, well, it's raining. So like, it's only right to give people a little extra time. So you're not going to give me a little extra time? And then when you invited me, you knew I had 3 kids to get ready in the morning anyway. Like, I had 3 kids to get ready in the morning, and it was raining on today. So I thought that kind of just went without saying that you're gonna give people a little bit of extra time. Like, the situations. Like, why would you expect somebody to be 100% on time every single time? Like that's unrealistic. That's inconsiderate to me. That's crazy. Like like it's like excuses. Like Sagittarius, yeah, can be very defensive if they feel they're being treated unfairly, or if you are trying to judge them or something, or put them on blast about something. Sagittarius got God complex, and Leo is righteous and filled with pride. Tink went back to Bird after he hit her. I'm telling you, Tink, but you could already tell Tink that sounded about right. She made Pisces music. Like, that's the perfect example. It can be desperate. That's the lower octave of Pisces, can be desperate. It can be needy. It can be, like I said, that no boundaries, that savior complex. I'm a ride or die. I'm a ride. I'm a deal with stuff and put up with stuff, and then complain about with how the nigga doing me. Cancer can be like that too. Virgo can also be like that, which makes sense. Virgo is the opposite of Pisces. This is so crazy. This literally happened to the. Yeah, I mean, Pisces can deal with like a lot of Pisces women, or dark-sided or people with dark-sided Pisces traits can have that Stockholm syndrome, like where they'll be, you know what I'm saying, tied up in a situation that they don't want to be in. Maybe it's not good for them. Maybe they are sacrificing something of themselves by being there, but they'll stay there. It's almost like you doing it to yourself, like, but okay. So, and that's why I move how I move, because I know I be in situations that are not always the healthiest for me, especially with my Venus square Neptune. But what I try to do is I take my L silently. And, once I'm over it, I can come back and laugh and spill the tea. But if I know I'm in a situation that is going to be perpetually like upsetting to me, and I got to subject the people in my life to hearing the same shit and dealing with the same shit over again, I'd rather not do it. Like, I'm not finna like call you freaking out, stressed out. If something crazy happened, I'll just take my L or whatever. Or shit, I might come on Twitter and tweet some crazy shit. or come on here and then go on a tangent. But I ain't gonna do my friends like that. Cause I know when people do me like that, I be irritated and annoyed. Hold my L's and charge it to the what? The game. You like I love H2O. My favorite Tink song, one of them is Jupiter Love, which is so funny with her being a Pisces. You know, Pisces is co-ruled by Jupiter. Like sometimes, you know, artists like you could tell a lot about their natal placements even through their catalog, the type of music they made. And I like Molly Love too, which is also very Pisces. Molly is a drug. Pisces rules drugs because it's about intoxication. She's describing a type of love that like make her feel like she on that Molly. That's that Pisces shit. I want to feel like that's how you get fuck around and get addicted to a person. That's very Pisces. You know, like my Sag best friend, she be going through the silence. You know, Sagittarius isn't really a type of sign that's real comfortable with like emotional intimacy anyway. Which is kind of a catch-22 for me because I'm a Cancer South Node, so it's like, eh. But I'm not like I can be a crybaby, and the people who really, really are close to me probably know that. But like, it's weird. It's just I just can't be like I'm not that type of bitch that's gonna sit up crying in your face all the time. Like that's just not me. Not without making a little jokey joke or something. Like, you know, if I can't find the silver line, the Sagittarius silver lining in it, I'm gonna shut the fuck up about it. Cause I be so my thing is my biggest fear is not being able to control my emotions. So like if I let my emotions show, or if I, you know, just unplug and just I don't know. I feel like there'll be no cap on it. I'll be feeling like I'm gonna die or like I'm gonna explode or do something crazy. Like I'm gonna lose my mind. So I have to find controlled ways to release that pressure whenever I'm feeling like in my feelings about something or whatever. But I also have my Mars at the 29th degree of Scorpio squaring my moon. You know, that Mars is Scorpio squaring my moon. So that's a pressure cooker aspect anyway. Like emotionally, like I can take a lot, and then I'll probably melt down. But the only people who see it or who know that would probably be like people who you a day one type of bitch. Like even then, I don't really do that all the time with them. It just depends. Cause I don't know. It's just embarrassing. It's something about like being seen as weak that's very embarrassing to me. Like I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying what I'm doing is correct, but you know, you bitches be crying online, crying in your face, letting people know like, girl, get it together. Fake it till you make it or something. And these are conversations I be having with myself, you know, like get your shit together. Because at the end of the day, especially with me having so much Neptune in my chart, you just have to understand that people may pity you, but pity is not respect. Like you can't have two things at once. As a Capricorn North Node, I care more about respect. I care more about my respect. I care more about, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a person who gonna persevere through hard times anyway. And you know, you gonna give me the respect that I'm due because I'm a person, I have my lived experiences and bitch, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I may not be better. Well, I am better than some people. But bitch, you ain't better than me. So I mean, whatever. So I don't know. I just don't like people feel it because when you show vulnerability with people, a lot of people are prey. That they look at you as prey. A lot of people are predators rather than, and you become a target. Even when it comes to the people that are close to you. That's why you got to watch who you let close to you and you know how much you reveal yourself to. You know, these could be day one sometimes. It's a cold world out here. It's the evil world out here. Come on now. But then again, I was also raised by a Capricorn. My mom was a Capricorn sun, Aries moon. So it was always no bitch assness allowed. And as a Cancer South Node, like I said, I'm somebody who's very like very in tune with my feelings, like from a very early age. So I just had to learn how to, and as I get older, I'm continuing to learn how to regulate them, how to control them, how to express them in a more constructive way. That's why I have to get rid of people around me who aren't conducive to that. And you should too if you find yourself in a similar situation. That's what it's all about. Your well-being is your responsibility and nobody else's. And that's to bring this all the way around town. That's what I don't like about Pisces. And Libra can be like this too, making everything about other people. And some things in life, even despite the fact that bad shit happens, yes, you do have people who do things to you. Everything is your responsibility for the most part. Like in terms of what you do with it, how you do with it. So if you win, you win. But if you lose, you don't have nobody to blame but yourself. And you can accept where you are, or you can literally die trying to get to where you want to be, or actually get to where you want to be. But I respect somebody who gonna do that shit or die trying. Your mom's a Capricorn too. Capricorn women are very now the downside of it is they can be very insensitive, very cold. Not. My mom is a very caring person. Don't get me wrong. Very generous. I think my mom is a good person, and I think she's done everything that she ever could. Like with great intentions for me, but by nature she's not like this archetypically warm and emotionally clingy and sensitive, like what people think you get from a mama. That's just not how she got down. It's just not how she get down. It's not how she gets down. She'll help you a lot. I got my moon in Virgo. She helps me a lot, but she's not that type of mom. If anything, Capricorn moms could be like disciplinarians. They could be very tough, very no nonsense. And they expect a lot of their children. They could put a lot on their children. The dark side of Capricorn mom could even exploit her children. And remember, I did my Dark Side of Capricorn Mom series with Beyonce's mama. And did I cover Aaliyah's mama? Not drag Libras. Would you want me to drag? I was raised by a dark-sided Capricorn mom. She enjoyed abusing her daughters. They can be cruel. They could be, if like I said, they got that, them type of issues. That could be real cruel, real mean. Capricorn could just deal with meanness in general. But they don't. They can't want all your money, Capricorn. Now, I don't know if it's not necessarily wanting all of your money, but it's more so like they want to be able to I notice a lot of them want to be able to benefit from their children. Capricorn also, like I said, deals with reputation. So like they care. Capricorn women invest so much. They care so much about their children because their children's success is their success, or they can feed off of their own children's success. And of course, like most moms want you to do well for yourself, but with the Capricorn mom, a lot of it could be more material based. Capricorn is the opposite of Cancer. Cancer deals with unconditional love. With Capricorn, it's going to be some conditions on that. They're going to have some conditions for your ass. They're very particular, or just very, clear about, like I said, the expectations they have of you, or, like I said, maybe the type to be hard on their kids, get their kids tough love, them type of parents. Capricorn, hell on wheels. Aquarius moms the same way, not necessarily. Aquarius moms, they can be like the moms who can be like the realest in the sense that maybe they expose their kids to a lot because in their mind they feel like they just preparing them for the real world type shit. And I guess that's where that Saturn co-rulership comes in. But because of Uranus, Aquarian moms could be kind of weird, or the way they approach their relationship with kids may be like non-traditional. For some, they could be their kid's friend more than their parent. But I don't know. It depends too, though, because some Aquarius could also be very like domineering, very demanding too. So for some, depending on the type of mom you have, if she's an Aquarius, she can also be very demanding. And like and the dark side of Aquarius could be bullies. So like them kids who be like, "Oh, my mom was my first bully," but that coldness, they share that Capricorn and Aquarius shares that ability to get ice cold on your ass. You feel like you're a better auntie cousin. Drag Libra's indecisiveness, hella shifty energy, but that's because Libra only wants to make the best decision. You know, it just wants to make sure that it's making the best decision. Oh Lord, it's something. I'm reading my DMs, and it's something happening in the chat. Y'all was arguing in the chat. Listen, we are all adults, and I would hope that we can govern ourselves accordingly. We all got different opinions. Um, you can agree, you could disagree. Hopefully, the precedents that I set on this channel is that we not going to be doing all that extra shit in the comments, because really you just embarrassing yourself, because it's not. Why are we arguing in the comments? It's not necessary. I used to let comment stuff get me worked up. These days I don't. It's unnecessary. We grown. Y'all should be able to work, like why we as strangers on the internet, y'all, floating on a rock that's floating in space. Well, we on a rock that's floating in space. Why is it this serious? You are very understanding now. Before I used to drag everybody. Now it's like, yeah, they're like that, but it's because of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm evolving because I realize, and I've been through experiences, that make me realize that like there's really not much that separates you and other people. You know what I'm saying? What you see in other people is what you see in yourself. And when I got kinder to myself and I started loving myself more, I became more accepting of other people. Now I'm gonna speak my opinion, and we all gonna have shit we don't like. We all gonna have people we don't like, and reasons why we don't like them. But I do try to be mindful before hopping into that judgmental energy. And I also know that there's not the type of energy that I want to bring my way. I mean, I don't give a fuck, because people are gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. But I try to be very kind. When you get older, you just become more cognizant of stuff like that. Just is what it is. Hey, flower. Is it flower? Shit. Hey, boo. I don't waste my time arguing with strangers on the internet. Hell nah, don't get into that. You see what I'm saying? I ain't nobody got time for that. Like I said, I love all of y'all. I love y'all equally. I appreciate the love and support. But if you really love me and you really support me, you're gonna be in my comment sections with some motherfucking sense and not embarrassing us as a unit. Okay. Well, you ain't really embarrassing me. You, like I said, y'all be embarrassing yourselves, but y'all just don't do that. Don't do that. Just calm down. Everybody just calm down, take a couple deep breaths, and the world is still gonna turn. My mother had Capricorn moon at the 29th degree. She's an Aries South Node. She couldn't lead as well without starting drama. She always told me that I regret having, like she said, she regret having kids. I'm not arguing on the internet. I came here to laugh and learn. Look, and as somebody who has argued on the internet before, like I said, I ain't even trying to be a hypocrite about it. But like I said, getting older, it's just I don't know. I don't care that much no more about certain things. You have to choose your battles. You have to pick your battles. I'm trying to get in the mouth. Yeah, I'm trying to get in the mouth. Pass the blunt through the chat. They need it. Hey, while you playing, hold on. I'm finna go get my shit real quick. Cause I smoked half of it. I'm finna go get the other half. So give me a second and enjoy these wonderful tunes while I go get the other half of my medication. If you get what I'm saying, my glaucoma medicine. I don't know what I would do without it. I can't smoke the blunt. I'm at work. Damn it. Well, I'm gonna save you a couple puffs. Zen the fuck out. I'm trying to smoke. Hey, hey, hey. What y'all smoking on? What y'all got? You finna roll up yourself? Yeah, because the plan is to chill with y'all. I'm a face one, the other half of my one with y'all, and then I'm gonna get up and go to the gym. Cause guess what? We finna change the shit we don't like. Yeah, your back big, baby, go unbig it. We're doing this. Y'all like the way I'm like trying to talk myself into it? Through preaching and motivation. Lemon burst. That sounds good. See, I want something that's gonna have me like, cause really, my best workouts be high. I be zooted. I be higher than a Cooter Brown in that motherfucking gym on that treadmill, like left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, right. Yeah, yeah. I be tearing it up in that gym on that treadmill. I'm one of them people that be like singing. When I'm on the treadmill performing, I gotta put on. I try not to be too disruptive, but if some shit move me, especially I get to listening to Key Glock. I love listening to Key Glock when I work out. Yeah, 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 bitch, I'm in my bag, bitch. Yeah, yeah, I just made a bag. Yeah, I got a real ambition for this cash. Hey, 13 years old with a shoebox stash. I'm always up to something, never sitting on my ass. Nigga, I got the sagging. Nigga, yeah, I talk a whole lot of shit because I can back it up. Yes, up there. I love that song. I want to play it, but I don't want to get a copyright. Damn it, man. You'll try edibles again. Edibles is cool. I went through my edible era. I mean, I understand why you would want to smoke, especially with you being a Gemini. Like your lungs could be very vulnerable. The only time I listen to rap music is when I work out. I have Meg to stay on repeat. Come on, Meg make good workout music too. Meg does make good workout music. I will agree there. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So did y'all hear about what happened with Hassan Campbell? Y'all know Hassan Campbell? People are discovering this strange. Oops. Y'all know Hassan Campbell? Hold on, y'all. Okay. Oh shit. So like I went to look up Hassan Campbell's natal chart, but he has two different birthdays. Like there are two different dates of birth for him. He's like a YouTube nigga. Basically, the way I first heard of him was that he was one of those little boys who came out and accused African Bombada of you know what when he was a teenager and a kid. You know, African Bombada, that old school rapper, the one who's a freaky frog, and I mean that in the worst way possible. Like not even in like the fun way. Like this nigga a fucking weirdo, like was around touching on kids and really molesting and R-wording children. His target was mostly black boys. And so Hassan Campbell was supposedly one of the boys that he was messing with. And he now fast forward because Hassan is like in his 40s, damn near 50. He you know what I'm saying? He's up there. And you know, he's been vocal about it. But what I think has happened is that because you know the similar what happens when a lot of men come forward and are vocal about sexual assault at the hands of another man, it does something to your ego because you got other men who kind of they making jokes, you know, dick in the booty jokes and homophobic jokes, and they taking shots at your manhood and your ego. And so you have a lot of men who react to that through the tendency to overcompensate. In my opinion, I feel like that's what Hassan does because his caricature, his persona is very over the top. Like he's this street nigga from the Bronx, but he's also hella dramatic, and there's something very clout chasey about him. Like he just extra. So there was a video of him screaming in the projects, like in the Bronx in the projects. I don't know what he was screaming about, but like somebody ended up throwing a bottle at him. Then he ended up getting shot. He's okay, but I don't know, y'all. It's just weird. But point is, I was like, what is this? What this nigga got going on? And I saw two dates of birth for him. One was August 3rd, and the other one was March 8th. If you ask me, he give more Pisces vibes than anything. Cancer, or not Cancer, but water sign men really struggle with their masculinity as is. And when you add in like abuse from other, like, you know, sexual abuse or just different types of abuse and dysfunction, you just add different layers to it, if you ask me. Africa bomb booty. And on that note, he could be a Leo. He could be a Pisces. Two different dates of birth for him floating around the internet. That's why I didn't do an official reading because I don't like shit like that. Now, some people like my mentor, Rabina, she's real good at like coming up, like if we'll be talking about a chart, she'll pull the dates. Like if there are different, you know, conflicting dates of birth, we'll go through each date, and then she's really good at pinpointing like, oh, I think this person is this. I think that person is that. And I mean, I could do it, but I don't know. I just don't feel as comfortable doing it. I don't like doing it. I don't like doing it. So I just leave it alone until I get some clarification. He must be a Leo. Yeah, it sounds dramatic. I mean, that also is Leo too. And acting childish because this nigga is almost 50. He's almost 50, and you walk around in the middle of the street screaming in the hood, talking about something. I'm gonna push your mother down the steps. I'm gonna kill your mother. Like, nigga, what? Imagine somebody talking something. I'm gonna piss on the walls. I'm like, what? He's gonna piss on the wall. This is somebody's granddaddy. That's crazy. Pack it up. Pack it up. Then he a little short, light-skinned nigga too. He just got all the shit working against him. Like, oh my God. Like you're just overcompensating. Why are you doing so much? Drug that I can we can make a case for Leo, we can make a case for Pisces. That's why I said I don't really like getting into that because sometimes I be like, I you know, I don't know. Something wrong with them. Ooh, but I do have a Synastry reading coming up on Kim in Northwest. I'm gonna say this, okay? I'm gonna say this without getting too deep into it. Northwest is a Gemini. Kanye West is a Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which dominates what? Communication. These are people who are very very vocal when it comes to expressing themselves, are very communicative, very opinionated. Mercury rules opinions. Okay, very opinionated and lack filter. This is why Gemini is the opposing sign of Sagittarius, which is also very notorious for lacking a filter, being blunt, coming across like, crazy. And as someone who's raising a child with a lot of Gemini energy, my child, I don't have a Gemini sun child, but my child is a Gemini moon, Mercury, and Venus. So I know a thing or two about that Gemini energy in children. Okay. That's the way they learn how to interact with their environment. It just is. Gemini children are very inquisitive. They're the kids who talk a lot. And when I say talk a lot, like I said, that filter, children naturally don't have a filter, but the Gemini, the dominant Gemini placement children, sun, moon, especially Mercury, it can be bad. It can be bad. If you don't want the truth, don't ask. And honestly, even if you don't ask, they're still going to tell you the truth. I realized I had gained weight because my daughter was like, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be, what she said, I want to be I don't want to be fat when I grow up. Like you. I said, like me. Now, hold on now. Wait a goddamn minute. And you get triggered, but you got to remember especially when it comes to children don't know enough to be malicious at a certain age. If they get older, they can be assholes, but that telling you what it is, how it is, just saying stuff out their mouth, that's very Gemini. And you do have to teach them to, learn how to filter based on social situations. But it's so funny because Kim is a Libra, and Libra is all about making sure you're keeping things together, right? Maintaining the image is all about, preserving that upstanding, kind of polished socialite front. And yeah, for the same reasons why she couldn't deal with Kanye, North is here to break all of that shit the fuck up. She's going to tell you about yourself. And it's not going to be polite. That's why Kim is really big on, well, there's a way to say this. And it's so funny because it kind of makes me a little bit, it's very reminiscent of the dynamic I have with my daughter a little bit. I ain't no Kim Kardashian, but, I'm a little rough around the edges myself. But when my daughter does certain things, I'm like, girl, stop. Could you not say? And, and they get around that age, especially 9, 10, 11, they start having their own minds and their thought. And children are autonomous beings. And for Black people, especially in Black families, people don't like that, because it forces you to be in control of your emotions as an adult and deciding how to handle that and what to do next. But them kids is gonna push you, baby. My daughter, my little Gemini stellium is she kind of reminds me of Northwest. I ain't gonna lie. That's that Northwest shit. They gonna tell you exactly how they feel. They gonna tell you what they think. They got a smart mouth. They got smart mouths. My daughter is the person who humbles me the most in life. Whenever I get a little bit too, I have my Gemini moon, Mercury, Venus daughter will politely And actually not so politely because she's an Aries South Node. So she's gonna let me know. She's gonna let me know. My daughter was so close to having a Virgo stellium if she'd been born 1 hour earlier. Oh, 90s curly Nicole Kidman hairstyle. What? Kanye, your baby daddy had the same birthday. God bless you. Do you think Kim is exploiting North's outspoken nature? We can look into that. And I think North has a Virgo moon. So, and once again, Virgo and Gemini, when we talk about why certain energies square one another, certain signs square one another, Virgo is controlled, it's etiquette. Virgo moons a lot of times can have helicopter parents, mothers who are very nitpicky, very, big on like controlling them. Now they have mothers who can help them out with a lot in life too, but the other energy or the darker side of that Virgo is that Virgo moon is, like I said, nitpicking, picking at you. A mom who can even be very critical of you. So honestly, with the moon and the moon reflecting things, these are children who can be just as critical of their mothers as they are of them. And the fact that Virgo squares Gemini is because Gemini is very all over the place. Gemini is unpredictable. It's a very transient sign. That's why it rules transportation and movement. It's always, you never know what's going to happen next. With it being oracally inclined, you never know what it's going to say next. And that makes Virgo nervous as hell. But I'm not being funny though. Did that with North having her sun square moon like that too, especially in mutable. A lot of people with mutable sun moon squares, this could produce personality issues, mental health issues. It could be indicative of her father having mental health issues. I do feel like even intuitively North could have some of that Kanye-esque, if you know what I'm saying, where mental health is going to be very important in her life. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing her. I'm not saying she has this, or this, but that's just the energy I see. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if later down the line, later on in her life, certain things like that are confirmed. Children with Virgo placements need a lot of structure. They need a lot of structure. And I think that's what's so interesting about North, her having that Virgo moon. I think Kim tries very hard to provide that for her or to her. But with the square to her sun, and that's what makes those moon squares so hard. The way she expresses herself is going to be counterintuitive to that. Or they could even deal with where Kanye's influence in her life could kind of disrupt that as well. But yeah, children with Virgo placements, they need a lot of structure. It's very important that you create very stable environments. Obviously, all children need stable environments, but I would say children with like strong Virgo energy are mostly, they would be most impacted in like a chaotic environment. A home where there's just a lot of like instability will probably have more significant impacts, a negative impact on them. I think North is going to be the one to out the family. Gemini rules interviews, books. I could see her writing a book like growing up, a Kardashian West, doing interviews. That's why even when she started going on live, sometimes Kim would have to like shut the live down because she don't know what the fuck coming out of Northwest mouth. That's very Gemini. But that's also very, like I said, Kanye was the same way, or is the same way. Do you have is there a problem with food? Air of Mystery? Issue with like food or eating? Or like Gemini South Notes could be like that too. Based on your observations, you can see that North favors her black side, or the black side of her family. And y'all hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Cause like, what is you waiting on? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I know I probably irritated my mama to kill my Gemini moon because I was always asking motherfuckers why this or why that. Sound just like y'all. Sag North knows, like, am I searching for ultimate freedom in life? Yeah, you could look at it like that. But yeah, so I don't want to stay too long. I'm gonna get on with my day, y'all. But I appreciate y'all joining me. Like I said, I will keep this live stream up. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.